Hey everybody, how's it going? The tarot deck that I'm using is called Tarot of the Cosmic Seed for anybody that wants to know. We are starting off with Hanged Man. And Queen of Cups. All right, immediate things that come to mind when I see this combination. Now can be a time where there can be a letting go that's happening. You can be getting more spiritually connected. You can be tuning in more right now. Hanged Man and Queen of Cups are both very, very spiritual energies. So it's going to be anything that's going to allow you to process, anything that's going to allow you to trust the process. There can be surrendering that's happening. There can be a tuning in a way where you're understanding the flow and getting connected with that. So this can also be something too. Hanged Man and Queen of Cups together is going to be a combination of inner things happening. This is not really a taking action externally. So it can be a more quiet time. There can be more solitude, or there can be more silence that's taking place right now as well. And especially tuning in so you can really hear and see things clearly. So there's absolutely no forcing anything when we have this combination coming out. So if you are, it can be a time where you take a step back. Maybe you even felt called to go into this place. Like if something was bothering you, if you were feeling annoyed in some way, if you were feeling frustrated, you were feeling anxious, or you just felt like you needed to reconnect, something may have called you to do this. Okay. There can be something going on in 3D that you are concerned about right now. So maybe turning to your spirituality and like philosophical standpoints right now, that can be something that's helping you maybe see the bigger picture. So yeah, there's something going on in the environment. It can be something that you're struggling with right now. And that may have been actually what was encouraging you to go into this place. With Pentacles, it's usually something physically going on. So this can be something with finances. It can be something going on with like a family member, a friend, somebody that you know. It can be something going on physically. Like there can be illness. It's just going to be something where the condition feels difficult for some reason. So whatever it may be, it's somewhere where you would see something like not in its most ideal condition. Even if this is just you noticing, I'm holding myself back because I feel scared of this thing, that can be something as well. I think right now you're just going to have to be open-minded about what's going on. Because otherwise it just seems like you're going to kind of tear yourself apart here. I kind of see this mentality where it's like your anxiety when it's unleashed is like, what could go wrong? Just thinking really in that way, which feels again like trying to counterbalance that with tuning in and getting more in touch. Like you can be practicing affirmations, you can be repeating mantras, you can be meditating, making sure that you're getting enough sleep, making sure that you're drinking enough water, you can be stretching, you can be doing yoga, you can be taking walks. I want to say this again, when we have Hanged Man and Queen of Cups, this is not a forceful energy. So it's not like working out really hard. It's not going to be doing anything that will like kick things up. It's not going to be anything stimulating because your mind is already stimulated. It's going to be things that will bring you back into like more tranquility and balance that. So even if you are doing some sort of movement, whatever it's going to be something gentle. This is a gentle energy that we have here because your mind cannot be feeling like that right now. So this is going to help kind of calm things down and help you center. And I like to see Five of Pentacles too as being like a real problem that's there. Like there's really something going on that you can be like genuinely concerned about. Like in a practical way, I feel concerned about this thing. And it feels again like this sort of tuning in is going to help you be able to approach this with maybe a new frame of reference for your perspective, for what it is that's going on here. Because it seems like you're moving into a bit of a different space right now where like life can begin to look a little bit different for you. That may be something that's beginning to happen. And so there's kind of like an opening up and an asking to trust. And when you tune into yourself, that trust is already there. It's just about connecting with it. When we are brought into a space where our vibration is raising, if we are not grounded, we can start feeling like spiritually sick. So we can get things like anxiety, things along those lines that can be popping up just because it feels kind of overwhelming, the expansion that's happening. And so it's going to be something where we're not feeling well because of it, where this is kind of asking you to open. And when you center and ground, you can have the foundation that's needed for you to open in the way that this is asking of you currently. So all in all, I feel like you're doing everything that you could be, like recognizing this is going on, this is how I'm feeling. I feel like I need to ground, center, and balance right now. Doing that, and it's definitely going to help with this. It's going to help you embrace what's unfolding with an attitude where you're just open to what's happening rather than getting stuck and then feeling like this is happening regardless and I'm just fighting with it. Helping you to let go. This can also be forcing you to let go of control too. Yeah, if you were doing something where you were kind of like buckling down within the energy, it feels like this was actually keeping you from moving forward throughout the cycle. So you could have felt like you were kind of stopped and stuck, like something kind of crystallized and it wasn't moving. This is helping get things moving again. It's like a river that completely stills, and this is bringing back the movement once again. The flow. I think that you're also going to get help with this in unexpected ways, because this is feeling like the reason why you may have stopped the flow of things, the reason why you may have kind of blocked movement here can be because of a concern that if you do participate, that something's going to happen and it's not going to be good for you. However, it feels like it's required of you to be open and to be in flow, and that is actually going to be the better thing for you to be doing here. Maybe you also have to face your own mental limitations and blocks here as well. It can be something that doesn't allow you to see bigger solutions that are there or greater possibilities that are there. Ways that you're kind of like, I know what it is and this is what it is, and there's a lot of stuff that's not even being considered, but that's not being acknowledged. Kind of like mentally stuck in a rut. But now that you've tuned in, I feel like the flow is coming back again. So Yeah, seeing Four of Pentacles, seeing Five of Pentacles gives this feeling of like expecting to be attacked in some way. And I feel like attacked sounds like a very severe, strong word to be using. It can be like feeling unsafe energetically because of the stuff that's unfolding. And then kind of shutting down, feeling like you needed to protect yourself. This feels like reworking the situation and the way that you're narrating this. Because this just feels like a reaction that was happening, and this is allowing you to come back into a place where the way that you're moving and even seeing this feels deliberate once again. Yeah, I'm getting this thing again of there being an expectation moving forward that... You know what this feels like a lack of? It feels like a lack of I'm feeling supported by the universe right now. Maybe that's an affirmation that you're going to practice. I am supported in what it is that I do. The universe is supporting me. There can be stuff like this that you can work with, these types of affirmations that you can find to be helpful. Eight of Swords and Five of Swords is feeling anxious about what's coming up, especially as this Five of Swords is looking to what's coming. It's like expecting a fight, expecting there to be some sort of issue, and then feeling shut down because of that. And there can be a need to ask, like, is that actually what's happening though? Are you kind of crossing a bridge that you didn't even come to yet because you're expecting something here? It's like expecting something to kind of pop out at you. That doesn't mean don't use your discernment moving forward. It does mean to use your discernment moving forward, but not your paranoia. Let you go into this new chapter with an open heart and an open mind. And that's really what's needed here, because I am seeing this like very big chapter that's beginning, and this be the direction that you're moving in and feeling like more and more like yourself. I feel like authenticity is going to be a big part of this, and it can be in some very unexpected ways too. If you are fear-driven, you're going to enter into this cycle feeling like something is going to pop out at you when that may not even, like, I'm not even really getting that. I'm getting like, I shut down, I get scared, I think this is going to happen, and then I'm worried about what's going to like come out from behind the corner, when this actually is not indicating anything like that going on. Like, having Hanged Man is like, you need to loosen up, you need to move through this cycle more fluidly, you need to stretch it out a little bit. You don't totally know what you're doing here. We have a Page of Pentacles, which is I'm figuring it out. But this feels like, I get kind of like when you're figuring things out, when you get to a point where there's something that's just like beyond you to be figuring out, I'm seeing support come through to help you, and then everything ends up being fine. So there's never really a time where you don't have support, but there can be this feeling of like, what if I get to this point and then I don't know what to do? Thinking that you're not gonna have the help that you need, but I'm seeing things come through when you need it to. And so maybe that's also part of this too, is, I don't know, maybe you've gotten so used to having to do things on your own, or thinking that you have to do things on your own and that you're not gonna have what it is that you need, that now you're just assuming everything's gonna be like that. When I'm seeing a different story here. And I think part of this is opening your mind up so you can actually imagine a new story. Because you are going into a cycle where things are going to be different than what you experienced before. This is a totally new vibe that you're stepping into, but if you're assuming that it's the same stuff that was happening before, feels like you're not going to have a good time, and you're also not going to see like the possibilities for this new cycle that you're stepping into, which are going to be very much like abundant and different from what was taking place before. But you have to open your mind to allow yourself to see the truth of that rather than an assumption based off of your past experience. And a past experience based in lack and fear. Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords feels like an assumption that you're not going to be supported, that you need to worry and be concerned, that you're going to be like isolated and alone, not have the support that you need, these sorts of things. There is a need for you to check in with yourself about that when these thoughts start popping up, and then determining action that you're taking. Because I'm seeing when you check in, that's when you feel like you're back in flow, when you come back into the center. And so there can be a need maybe over and over again for you throughout this cycle to come back to this place where you're connecting with your inner peace again and again. And not doing things that are going to rile you up unnecessarily. So it's also about adjusting to the energy, tuning into what it is that you need, and then nourishing yourself in that way. Because we don't always need the same thing. So if there's stuff going on, you start feeling ungrounded, this can be a time where you develop healthy coping strategies that actually work for you. And to be open-minded enough to try things out as well. You may also not give yourself as much credit too. You can just assume that, I think you have more knowledge within you that already knows what it's doing. And when you're tuned into that, you kind of just do your thing and figure it out. And it's not like thinking about all of this stuff and then it becoming redundant and then you can't really move within the energy. So that can be something too, like coming back into the present moment and figuring it out from there. And also expecting too that if you need support, it is going to be there for you. However it may appear in the environment. Because I'm seeing the way that your energy is, it's one that can need support at times. It's one that doesn't have all the answers at times. So basically when you get to a problem that can feel like beyond your capacity to figure out, you will see the support come in those moments. And if it's not coming in, it's because it's something that you can figure out, which can feel challenging at times, but it's how you grow. All right, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting and tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.